Hi everyone, I'm Dennis Dowdell, and my 34 years with Herbalife has been a 34-year journey in personal development. You know, it's just amazing to see the changes that take place and the philosophy that can be developed over the years. And when I first got started, I didn't really have much of a personal philosophy. I mean, the only philosophy I had in my mind was the idea of, the glass is either half full or half empty, And that's a great philosophy, but which side are you? Which side are you on? And a lot of this, many times people think is going to be determined by your circumstances. But that's not really true. It's not the circumstances that determine how we think and develop our philosophy. It's the response to those circumstances that will determine our philosophy. And those responses are determined by how we think. So how do we learn to think the right thoughts? See, the way we think is determined by the things we see, the things we read, the things we hear, the things we experience. And that's why it's so important to make sure that we see the right things, hear the right things, read the right things, and have the right experiences. The best part about this is we can choose. We can choose what we read. We can choose what we see. We can choose different experiences. And as we develop these things and as we learn through this process, we begin to create thoughts and ideas. And these ideas that we have, then as we think about them consistently, we begin to turn into actions. And the actions give us our activities, and with consistent activities, we develop habits, and habits help us to develop our attitude, and our attitude determines our philosophy. Philosophy has a great value, and it determines so much of how our life goes. And Jim Rohn has been the master of philosophy. And I want you just to take a couple minutes here and listen to what Jim has to say about the value of philosophy.
We all must concentrate a great deal of our attention on our own philosophical conclusions, because this is what guides our life, our philosophy. The working of the mind, the ability to think and process ideas and information. This miracle process that human beings can engage in is simply incredible. The ability to use our mind to think, to process ideas and information that helps us to build a philosophy that guides our life. All kinds of philosophy. Political philosophy, of course, helps guide the nation. Economic philosophy determines whether or not you're going to be financially secure. A good health philosophy determines whether or not you're going to be healthy. A good working philosophy with your family determines whether or not that's going to work out well. Philosophy. Let me give you my definition of philosophy. Philosophy is the sum total of what we know, and number two, the decisions we make. So first of all, we must gather knowledge. Second, we must sort it all out, decide what's valuable and what isn't valuable. And let that establish for us a philosophy to live by. You're going to have to go through the decision-making process and sort it all out. What you can use right away, what it's going to take a while for you to get involved in, sorting it out for you, how to make it fit for you, make it fit for your life, make it fit for your business. This process here is what establishes our philosophy.
So you can see, as Jim said, our philosophy is the sum of what we know and the decisions we make. So the real question is not what you know, but what you do with what you know. And the idea here is to take the things that we know, take the things we've learned, our skills and our abilities and our experiences, and use those to serve our team. Mark told us all the time. He said, care more about your customers getting results than you do about you making money. Care more about your team making money than you do about you making money. Now, I want to share with you something here that's very counterculture. And it's the idea that what you have and all the skills and abilities you have and all the things you've learned and all that you know, it's not about you. You see, it's about other people. It's about being able to go out and help make a difference for them. The talents, skills, and abilities you have are given to you so that you can use those to make a greater impact on your society. You see, it's absolutely amazing. There's a saying that says, if you want to be the leader of all, you need to be the servant of all. Now, I know most of you are saying, wait a second, I don't want to be a servant, right? But let me give you a definition of a servant that might bring you a different perspective. A servant is simply somebody who gets excited about helping other people achieve their goals and their dreams. Now, listen to Jim's thought here on the idea of helping people to get what they want. This is brilliant.
And remember Zig Ziglar's formula for success. If you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. 48 years ago, when I first heard Zig say that, I underlined the word everything, and I went for it. And Herbalife gave me away. When I first got started as a health and nutrition distributor, everybody I could reach, everybody I could touch. You've heard me talk about how to recruit the waitress when she brings you your coffee. I see this guy underneath the car changing oil. How long have you been doing this? He said, 7 years. I said, are you going to go for another 7? He says, I hope not. I said, I have an idea for you to consider. You won't have to lay underneath these cars anymore changing the oil. What's the deal? Come to a meeting. I learned how to do that with such incredible enthusiasm. Since I first heard of health and nutrition and the idea of personal development, nobody has ever said to me in the last 55 years, when are you going to get going? I've never heard that. All I've heard all these years is, when are you going to slow down? When are you going to retire? When are you going to take it easy? Nobody's ever said to me, when are you going to get off the couch? When are you going to turn off the television? When are you going to get going? I've never heard that the rest of my life. Once the lights went on for me, they've never gone out. They've never gone out.
You know, the best part about this philosophy is the fact that you never have to concern yourself with your own success. You simply have to help enough people get what they want and help them succeed. And as a result, you will succeed automatically. You see, here's the interesting thing. Success really isn't what you do. Success is what others do as a result of what you do. And that becomes a part of your legacy. You see, he who serves the many earns the money. So you just need to serve your team, help them reach their goals. And the idea here is you invest your life in something that will outlast it. And the one thing that will outlast your life, another life. And you not only have success, you have a legacy.